hit on, off, and menu at the same time. You see how it's lowering down? As soon as it touches that puck, okay, that's set its Z-axis. It knows how thick this bad boy is, okay? And now that sets the Z-axis. So just to give you an idea, I'm gonna hit down in the Z, and I'm gonna get close to where it says 0. Okay, so if you guys can get in here where you guys can see what's up. So right now it says I'm a 0.5 millimeter high. And you can look across that surface. Can you guys look across that surface? Can you see it? Can you get the camera right down in there? It's barely not touching, okay? So that's that. I'm gonna go back up in the Z-axis a little bit. I'm gonna go down in the Y, and here's what I want you to look at, pay attention to. Can you guys get so that you can see the direction between me and like with the X-axis? So get where you can see me, but get where you can see my finger, because this is important. What I want to do is I want the center of this bit lined up with that. So I always kind of got to rotate this so that it's perpendicular to me. I'm going to go up in the Y-axis just a fuzz. I like that. Okay. Now I'm going to go and do the X-axis. So I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to bring it down in the X over to this corner. Don't bang it into a clamp for pretty obvious reasons. I like that. Right about there. So what I did, ladies and gentlemen, now get where you can see over here. Come on over. This is the corner. Think about it like when you map parts in math class or science class. This corner is our origin. That's our 0, 0 spot. So now we got to tell the system that. So get where you can kind of see this keypad over my head. All right. I already told it that the Z was 0 before. Now I want to tell it that the X and Y are zeroed out. So I hit this XY0, we're good. Now I'm gonna plug in the jump drive. When I plug in this jump drive, now I gotta go to run, pause, delete. I got a cheat sheet that I'm gonna give all of you that kind of walks you through this. It walks through the whole design process. You only need to see the bottom part, so you'll be able to read through it and see. But run, pause, delete. It says U-disk. I want to hit OK, because the U-disk is what CNC machines call a USB jump drive, like a flash drive or whatever. Okay, I'm going to close this guard a little bit. I'm going to raise up the Z-axis too, so that when it runs through, it doesn't actually run across my clamp, because that would be catastrophic. I'm going to go up in the Y and up in the X just to get away from here. All right, I'm gonna go to run, pause, delete. I'm gonna hit U-disk. What I did is I named this 21 cab. This is 2021 cabinet side. This is gonna be everybody's file. Everybody that's making this cabinet, this is your file. So you're gonna go to 21cab.mmg. I already wrote the file. We're gonna hope that it all works out how we want it to. When you hit start on this, you need to turn on the dust collector, the little vacuum over there, because we run it to its own dust collector, because then when we're just running this, we don't have to turn the whole dust collection system on. Watch this. That's why we got the lift and the ladder in here, is I want to get this reworked. But watch this so that it doesn't get pinched off or beat up any worse than what it already is. Get your glasses on. Somebody turn that on, please. And then I'm going to hit 21 cab. Hit OK. It says some axes aren't zeroed out. We're good. Now it counts down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now when you look underneath, it's already spinning. What you're going to do is you're going to stay right here. You're gonna stay here and just babysit it to make sure that it does what it's supposed to. What it's doing first is it's cutting this dado, okay? Remember, a rectangular groove out of anything is called a dado. If it's out of a corner of a piece, then it would be called a rabbet. You're gonna stay here, kind of overwatch it. This is gonna do all this cutting for you. Normally you would do all this cutting on a table saw or on a router, and then you'd have to set it up and actually physically run it. If I remember right, last year we timed it. I think it was like 5 minutes from beginning to end. So you're finishing the cabinet side in 5 minutes. That would normally take you a couple class periods. Now what you see there is it finished its cut over here. It picked it up. It brought it back over here to start the next layer. Because it's cutting 3/8 of an inch deep, it doesn't do that all in one cut. You can adjust that with your settings, but I don't want to overwork the bit either, so that costs us a little bit extra time, but largely that's it. Questions? Ready to get back to work.